In a busy city, where the sun was shining bright and the streets were crowded with people, a young delivery girl named Mia was busy with her work. She was known for her quick service and friendly smile. Riding her small motorbike through the busy roads to deliver food to hungry customers, Mia had grown up in this city, and she knew every corner and every shortcut that helped her reach places fast. People liked her because she was hardworking and kind, and she took pride in what she did. One afternoon, as Mia reached a busy intersection, a man on a big, loud bike came speeding up behind her. The man was tall, wearing a leather jacket and a helmet with a dark visor that hid his face. He was clearly angry about something. His bike was much bigger and heavier than Mia's small delivery bike. The sound of his engine was loud and made some people move aside quickly. The man suddenly slowed down beside Mia and looked at her with a mean expression. Without any warning, he slapped Mia hard on her arm. Catching her by surprise, Mia felt the sting but did not say anything. She tried to keep calm and focus on the road ahead. But the man was not done. He kept shouting at her, blaming her for blocking his way, even though she had done nothing wrong. Mia could feel the eyes of the people around them. Some were shocked, some were angry, but no one moved to stop the man. He was bigger and stronger and seemed ready to cause trouble. Mia knew she had to think fast. She decided not to fight with words because she knew it would make things worse. Instead, Mia used her quick mind and her skills on the bike. With a sudden move, she kept her balance and carefully avoided the man's bike. But the man lost control. His bike wobbled and then fell down hard on the road. The noise was so loud that people stopped to look. The man was now helpless under his own bike. Mia quickly stopped and looked back. The man was trying to get up but was stuck. Mia felt a mix of emotions. She was scared but also felt a sense of justice. She helped him get up, showing kindness despite what had happened. The crowd started to gather and some people began to record the scene on their phones. Mia's calm and brave reaction surprised everyone. The angry biker realized that Mia was not someone to be bullied. This incident became a talking point in the neighborhood, showing how courage and calmness can sometimes turn the tables even in difficult situations. Mia's story was just beginning, and this moment would change her life in ways she never expected. After the biker fell under his own bike, the crowd that had gathered around them began to murmur loudly, the city street buzzing with whispers and gasps. Mia stood steady, her heart racing but her face calm. She could see now that the man was struggling to free himself from under the heavy machine. His anger was now mixed with frustration and pain. The biker finally managed to push his bike off with a loud grunt. Stumbling but still angry, he glared at Mia, his eyes full of rage beneath the dark visor. "You think you can just do whatever you want on this road?" he shouted, his voice rough and full of pride. Mia ignored his words and took a deep breath to calm herself. She knew the best way to handle this was not with anger, but with clear thinking and patience. Mia gently placed her foot on the ground for balance and spoke quietly but confidently. "I was riding carefully and following the rules. I did not mean to bother you," she said. Hoping to calm him down, a few people in the crowd nodded, some whispering that she was right. The biker, however, was not willing to listen. He looked around, perhaps expecting someone to back him up. One man from the crowd stepped forward, a tall young man with a serious look. "Sir, it's not right to slap someone like that," he said firmly. Looking the biker in the eye, the biker glanced at him but did not reply. Instead, he turned back to Mia and muttered, "You don't know who you are dealing with," before mounting his bike again with a rough shove. Mia watched as the biker sped away, leaving a cloud of dust behind. The crowd slowly started to disperse, some people shaking their heads in disbelief, others talking about the brave delivery girl who stood up for herself without fighting back physically. Mia felt a mix of relief and worry. She knew that the motorcycle man might return or cause trouble later. But for now, she was safe. As Mia checked her bike, she noticed a small scratch on the side from where the biker had hit it. It was not too bad and could be fixed, but the scare had left a mark in her mind. How often would she have to deal with such danger on these busy city roads? She thought about her family, especially her younger siblings who depended on her. She wanted to keep working, keep supporting them. But the city was tough and sometimes unfair. Mia's phone buzzed in her pocket. It was a message from her manager at the delivery company. "Are you okay?" "We heard there was a problem," the text read. Mia quickly replied, "Yes, I'm fine, just a little shaken, but thank you for checking." She knew she would have to be more careful. Maybe take a different route, or even talk to the local authorities about safety for delivery workers. That evening, Mia sat at her small apartment, thinking deeply about what had happened that day. She replayed the incident in her mind, wondering if she had done the right thing. Her parents had always told her to be kind and avoid trouble. But what about standing up for herself when unfair things happened? She realized that courage was not just about fighting, but about being smart and calm under pressure. Meanwhile, the biker's story was also spreading in the neighborhood. But from a different angle, some people admired his tough attitude and said he was just defending his rights on the road. Others criticized him for being reckless and rude. The biker was known in some circles for being quick-tempered, and this incident put him in the spotlight in a way he didn't like. The next day, Mia went back to work with a new sense of determination. She paid extra attention to the streets and the people around her, making sure she was safe but also ready to help if she saw someone in trouble. Her confidence grew, and so did the respect she earned from other delivery workers. They shared stories of difficult customers and situations, but Mia's story inspired many to stay strong and united. Slowly, people began to talk about how important it was to protect delivery girls and boys who worked hard every day. Some local shops started putting up signs reminding drivers to be patient and careful with these workers. Even a few police officers promised to be more watchful in busy areas where accidents could happen. Mia felt proud that her courage was making a small difference. It showed her that even small acts of bravery could change the world around her. She knew the road ahead was still full of challenges, but she was ready to face them with a strong heart and a clear mind. And so, the story of the delivery girl who stayed calm and clever in the face of anger became more than just an incident. It became a symbol of hope and courage for many in the city. Brave Mia was not just a delivery worker, she was a fighter in her own quiet way, standing tall in a world that often tried to bring her down. Days passed, and the story of Mia's brave act spread throughout the neighborhood and beyond. Gaining attention on social media and local news channels, many people admired her courage, and she became a symbol of strength for delivery workers everywhere. Mia was surprised but also proud of what she had become. Yet she knew that days like this could also bring challenges and more dangerous situations. One evening, as Mia prepared for her night shift, she received a call from her friend Lisa, who worked in the same delivery company. Lisa sounded worried. "Mia, I heard about the biker from yesterday. Are you sure you're safe? Some people say he's dangerous." Mia listened carefully and nodded, though Lisa couldn't see her. She replied calmly, "I'm careful, Lisa. I'll watch out and stay safe. I won't let fear stop me from working." Mia was determined not to let the past incident control her life. But she also knew she must remain cautious. Mia's day went smoothly. Her deliveries took her to different parts of the city, but an uneasy feeling lingered in her mind. She remembered the biker's angry face and their confrontation, and her instincts told her to be extra vigilant. She slowed down her bike at busy intersections, looked around more carefully, and avoided risky shortcuts. She knew the city was unpredictable, and her safety depended on her alertness. Meanwhile, the biker, whose name was Jake, was also feeling the heat from what had happened. His friends and family started hearing about the incident, and some advised him to stay away from trouble, but Jake felt a strange mix of shame and anger. He was known as a tough guy, but now he was the subject of gossip and mockery. People called him the angry biker, and his reputation was at stake. Jake decided to talk to a close friend, Mike, who was known for his calm personality and wise advice. They met at a local cafe late at night. Jake looked serious. "Mike, I don't understand why I lost control. Why did I slap that girl? I've always been angry, but I never meant to hurt anyone." Mike listened patiently and nodded. "Sometimes anger takes over us, but it's never too late to change, Jake. You need to think about what kind of person you want to be," he said quietly.
These words struck a nerve in Jake. He realized he had to reflect on his actions and maybe find a better way to deal with his frustration.
Back in her small apartment, Mia was also reflecting on her actions. She knew she had shown strength and bravery, but she also felt the weight of responsibility. She wanted peace, but she wondered if others around her would follow her example or misunderstand her intentions. She talked to her family about the incident, and they praised her for her courage, telling her to stay safe and careful with new confidence. Mia prepared to go back to work the next day, determined to continue her role as a protector of herself and others. The city's police received reports about the incident, and some officers decided to patrol busier areas more often, especially near places where delivery workers and pedestrians gathered. They emphasized the importance of kindness, patience, and respect on the roads, reminding everyone that violence only worsened problems. The police also reached out to community leaders to organize safety seminars and workshops, aiming to educate young riders and drivers about responsible behavior. In the meantime, other delivery girls and boys began sharing their own stories of trouble and how they overcame fear, inspired by Mia's bravery. Small groups formed among the workers, exchanging tips on staying safe and offering each other support. Many started to see themselves as part of a larger community that must stand up against violence and injustice. Building trust and friendship along the way, Mia gained recognition as someone who stood her ground without resorting to violence herself. She was invited to speak at a local event about safety, courage, and respect on the streets. Her story touched many hearts and inspired others to be brave in their own ways. She spoke about the importance of calmness and cleverness when facing anger and aggression, encouraging everyone to think before reacting, and to choose kindness and wisdom instead. The city slowly began to change, with more people realizing that true strength was in staying calm, respectful, and prepared for every challenge. As the days rolled into nights, Mia continued her work with even more resilience. She knew that her journey was just beginning, and her story was far from over. She had learned valuable lessons about bravery and responsibility, and she was eager to use them to make her city a safer place. For herself, for her family, and for all the good people who depended on her every day, Mia's spirit remained unbroken, shining brighter with each challenge she faced. After the event that changed her life, Mia found herself at the center of attention, not only among her delivery friends but also in the city. However, with the growing attention came more challenges. Some people praised her bravery, but others began to question her choices, especially those who believed that she should have stayed silent and avoided trouble. But Mia knew differently. She knew standing up for herself was not wrong. Every day, Mia faced the noise of the city, with its busy streets, loud engines, and rushing people, yet she carried herself with a quiet but strong confidence that grew stronger with time. She had become a symbol of courage in her neighborhood, and many looked up to her, especially young girls who also dreamed of being independent and strong. Mia spent time talking with them, sharing her story, and teaching them how to stay calm and smart in difficult moments. Meanwhile, Jake, the biker, was going through changes in his own life. His meetings with friends like Mike made him think deeply about his actions and how anger had controlled him for too long. He decided to attend some anger management sessions and take part in community programs that help people handle their emotions peacefully. Slowly, he began to realize that respect and understanding were more powerful than force or threats. Jake wanted to make things right, even if it meant facing his past mistakes openly. One afternoon, as Mia finished a delivery near a park, she saw a familiar motorcycle approaching slowly. Her heart skipped a beat, but to her surprise, Jake was not angry or aggressive now. He stopped a safe distance away from her and took off his helmet, revealing a face that seemed calmer and more respectful. "Mia," he said softly, "I want to apologize for what I did." His voice was sincere, and the anger was gone. "I was wrong to slap you, and I'm sorry for the pain I caused." Mia looked at him carefully and could see the change in his eyes. She replied, "Thank you for saying that. Jake, it takes courage to admit when we're wrong." They talked for a few minutes about respect, safety, and the challenges of living in a busy city. Jake promised to be more careful and to support the efforts to make the streets safer for everyone. They agreed to work together to spread the message of kindness and patience on the roads. This moment was not just an end to their conflict, but the beginning of a new friendship based on understanding and respect. The neighborhood noticed this change too, and it brought hope to many. Community leaders invited both Mia and Jake to take part in awareness campaigns about road safety and mutual respect among riders and pedestrians. Their story became a powerful example of how people can grow and heal after conflict, showing that even when hurtful things happen, forgiveness and change are possible if people are willing to listen and learn. Back at work, Mia's confidence grew even more as she balanced her busy days with moments of learning and sharing. She attended workshops that taught her first aid skills and conflict resolution, skills that made her feel ready for unexpected situations. She also encouraged other delivery workers to join these programs, building a stronger, safer team. Together, they started organizing safety patrols and shared emergency contacts to help each other during difficult times. Jake, on his side, became a quieter, more thoughtful man, who still loved riding his bike but had learned to control his temper and listen to others. He joined a local motorcycle club that focused on safe riding and community service. Sometimes Mia and Jake met at events or on the roads, giving each other a nod or a smile as a sign of respect and understanding. Their story reminded the city that people can change for the better, no matter how difficult the past may have been. As the story of Mia and Jake continued, more people joined the conversation about respect, safety, and courage. The city began to look like a friendlier place for delivery workers. Pedestrians and bikers alike, shops, traffic officers, and citizens started working together to create safer paths and roads. Encouragement and kindness replaced harsh words and quick tempers, and small acts of bravery like Mia's were celebrated and remembered. Mia's journey was a clear example that courage is not just about physical strength, but about being kind, smart, and brave inside, and that true bravery means standing up for what is right with a calm heart. As she continued to deliver meals and smiles throughout the city, Mia knew she was more than just a delivery girl. She was a leader in her community, a beacon of hope and resilience, inspiring others to face life's challenges with courage and kindness. With the city slowly shifting towards a safer and kinder place for delivery workers and riders, Mia's life continued to be busy and full of surprises. Every morning she woke up early, ready to face the day with determination and strength. But she knew that change was not easy, and that many still faced dangers on the roads and in their daily work. Mia never forgot the struggle and the lessons she had learned from her own experience. One morning, as Mia prepared to leave for work, she received an invitation from the local community center. They wanted her to participate in a panel discussion about road safety and women's rights at work. Mia felt proud but also a little nervous. Speaking in front of people was new for her, but she knew it was important to share her story to help others. At the event, Mia spoke about respect, courage, and the need for better protection for delivery workers. Her words were simple but powerful. Touching the hearts of many. After the event, Mia met new friends who shared her passion for change. They came from different backgrounds. Some were riders. Others were shop owners or local officials. Together, they started planning more workshops and meetings to unite the city against violence and unfair treatment. Mia was happy to see how her small act of bravery had started a bigger movement. She believed that when people came together, they could create a safer and more respectful world for everyone. Yet, even with all the new support, Mia still faced tough days. On one rainy afternoon, she was delivering food to a hospital when a car suddenly cut in front of her. She swerved quickly and avoided an accident. But the sudden stop scared her, and the food she was carrying got spilled. The driver didn't stop or say sorry. Instead, he shouted insults and drove away. Mia felt a wave of frustration and sadness, but she reminded herself to stay calm and not let the anger take over. She took a deep breath and continued her job, knowing that every challenge made her stronger. That evening, Mia shared this story with her delivery friends, and they all nodded in understanding. Many had faced similar situations, and together they encouraged one another to keep going. They created a support group where everyone could talk about the difficulties of their work and find advice and hope. This group became a safe space for many, offering friendship and strength in a tough job. Mia was proud to be a leader in this new community, helping others face their fears and find courage. Meanwhile, Jake, the biker, continued his journey towards becoming a better person. He joined community outreach programs that taught young riders about safe driving and respect. His angry past slowly faded, replaced by a new attitude of responsibility and care. Jake even volunteered to help with some of the workshops Mia's group held, showing that people can change and work together for good. His story was a reminder that everyone makes mistakes but can learn and grow from them. In time, the city started to show signs of change. More drivers slowed down and gave space to delivery riders and pedestrians. Signs reminding people to respect others on the road appeared in busy neighborhoods. Local businesses began to offer discounts and support for delivery workers as a way to say thank you. It was not a perfect world yet, but these small changes gave hope for a better future. Mia's family was proud of her. They saw how she had grown stronger and how her courage inspired others. They reminded her to take care of herself and to always believe in her own strength. Mia promised to keep working hard and to never back down from what she believed in. Her dream was not only to succeed in her job, but also to help make her city a place of kindness and fairness for everyone. As the months passed, Mia's story was told in schools and community centers, inspiring young people to stand up for themselves and others. The city learned that bravery came in many forms, not just fighting but also speaking, helping, and showing respect. Mia knew the journey was long, but she was ready to walk it with hope and determination. She had become a symbol of courage for many, and a shining example of how one person's strength can bring change to a whole community. As the journey of Mia's bravery continued to inspire the city, her life took new turns and deeper challenges. Each day brought lessons and chances for growth. Mia discovered that true courage was about facing fears and helping others to do the same. One bright morning, Mia received a call from a local journalist who wanted to write a story about her and the changes happening in the neighborhood. Mia was unsure at first, afraid of attention, but she agreed, hoping to spread the message of hope and respect even further. The interview took place in a small cafe where Mia shared her story with honesty and warmth. She talked about the day the biker slapped her, how she stayed calm, and the way the city had started to change because people cared. Her words moved many people, and the article became popular, reaching not just the city but also nearby towns. Mia's story was a reminder that courage and kindness could shine even in the darkest times. She felt proud but also aware of the responsibility to keep inspiring others. In the days that followed, Mia was invited to schools and community centers to speak with young people about the importance of respect and safety. She saw hope in their eyes and realized that her small steps were helping build a better future. Mia also worked to improve her skills, taking courses on communication and leadership. She wanted to be ready to help more and more people as her role grew bigger in the community. Though the city was changing, Mia still faced many dangers on the road one summer evening. While delivering food to a far part of town, she found herself trapped in heavy traffic caused by a large protest. People were shouting and pushing, and the noise was loud and frightening. Mia stayed calm and carefully moved her bike to a safe side of the street. She helped organize a small group of delivery workers to stay together, watch out for each other, and wait until the crowd calmed down. Her calm actions helped keep everyone safe, and they were thankful for her leadership. Meanwhile, Jake's life continued on a path of change. He had started a small business repairing bikes and teaching young riders how to be safe and responsible. His past mistakes were a shadow behind him, but he worked hard every day to build trust and respect. Jake and Mia's paths crossed many times at community events, and although they were not close friends, they shared a quiet respect for each other's courage and efforts. Their story had become a symbol of how people from very different worlds could come together and grow. One cold autumn day, Mia faced a challenge from a new source. Some people in the neighborhood still disliked the changes, feeling that things were becoming too strict or different. They spread rumors and tried to discourage the delivery workers. Hoping to return to the old ways of fear and silence, Mia did not give up. She organized meetings where people could talk openly about their fears and hopes, creating a space for dialogue and understanding. Step by step, she helped bridge the gap between different groups, teaching that respect and kindness were the best way forward. As winter arrived, the city saw new signs of hope and unity. Businesses put up holiday decorations and invited delivery workers to celebrate with food and small gifts. Mia felt a warmth in her heart knowing that her hard work had helped to build a community that cared. She thought of her family, her friends, and all the people who had believed in her and stood by her side. The road was still long and sometimes difficult, but she was ready to face the future with strength, hope, and a heart full of courage. Mia's story was not just about one girl or one biker. It was about a city waking up to kindness, understanding, and the power of standing up for what is right. Through calmness, smart thinking, and bravery, Mia showed that even a single person could bring light into a world that sometimes seemed dark. Her journey was a gift to everyone who dreamed of a better life and a safer place. And her spirit continued to shine bright with every step she took. As the years passed, Mia's influence grew beyond her neighborhood to touch the whole city. Her story was no longer just about one brave delivery girl, but about a movement for respect, fairness, and safety for all workers on the road. One bright morning, Mia woke to news that a local government agency wanted to recognize her for her courage and leadership. They invited her to an award ceremony celebrating those who made a difference in their communities. Mia felt honored and proud, knowing her hard work was being seen and appreciated. Yet she remained humble, understanding that the real work was still ahead. At the award event, Mia shared her journey with a large crowd, speaking from her heart about the challenges faced by delivery workers, her experiences with Jake, and the importance of kindness and patience on the streets. Her speech inspired many to think differently about how they treat others. The event also brought together local leaders, police officers, business owners, and citizens, all willing to work towards building safer roads and stronger communities. After the ceremony, Mia received messages from young people inspired by her story. They wanted to learn how to be brave and kind like her. Mia responded with encouragement and advice, reminding them that bravery comes in many forms and that standing up for what is right often takes patience and understanding. She started a mentorship program to help young delivery workers and others facing tough times, offering guidance and support to build their confidence and skills. Jake's journey also continued to grow. He had become an example of change and redemption in the city. His bike shop was now a popular place where riders came not only to fix their bikes, but also to learn about safety and respect. Jake and Mia sometimes worked together in community programs, showing how even those with difficult pasts could become leaders for good. Their partnership became a symbol of hope and healing for many people struggling with their own challenges. One day, Mia received a difficult call. A close friend and fellow delivery worker had been hurt in an accident caused by a reckless driver. The news shook Mia deeply, reminding her of the risks and dangers that still existed despite all the progress. She rushed to the hospital to be with her friend, offering comfort and support. That experience strengthened her resolve to keep fighting for better laws, safer streets, and more awareness among drivers and riders. The community responded with kindness and strength, coming together to support the injured worker and their family. Fundraisers and safety campaigns were organized to raise money for medical care and to educate people about the importance of careful driving. Mia led the charge, speaking at events and meeting with local officials to push for stronger protections for delivery workers and others at risk. Her efforts helped bring new policies and programs to the city, making the roads safer for everyone. Despite the many struggles and setbacks, Mia's hope never faded. She found strength in the smiles of grateful friends, the trust of her community, and the belief that every small act of courage could lead to big changes. Mia's story had grown from one moment of bravery into a powerful journey of leadership, healing, and hope. She knew the future was still filled with challenges, but she was ready to face them, knowing she was not alone. Her example continued to inspire countless others to stand up for what is right, to be kind in the face of anger, and to build a world where respect and humanity come first. Mia's bravery was a flame that warmed the hearts of many and guided them through difficult times. She was not just a delivery girl anymore. She was a hero in her city, a true symbol of courage, change, and the power of the human spirit. As the final chapter of Mia's journey unfolded, the city and its people were forever changed by her courage and determination. Mia had become more than just a delivery girl. She was a symbol of hope, courage, and change. Her story inspired many to stand up against injustice and to believe in the power of kindness and patience. In the months that followed, Mia worked closely with city officials and community leaders to establish new safety programs for delivery workers and others at risk on the roads. These programs included training sessions, safety gear distribution, and public awareness campaigns designed to protect everyone who worked hard to serve the community. The city also began to improve its infrastructure, creating safer bike lanes and better traffic controls in busy areas, making the streets friendlier and safer for all. Mia's friendship and cooperation with Jake grew stronger, showing everyone that people can overcome their past and work together for a better future. Together, they visited schools, community centers, and motorcycle clubs, sharing stories of change, respect, and forgiveness. Their message was clear. No matter what has happened, it is never too late to choose kindness and responsibility. In her own life, Mia continued to balance her work with her role as a community leader. She faced new challenges, but each one was met with the knowledge and strength she had gained. Her family remained her support and inspiration, reminding her of why she fought so hard for safety and respect. Mia dreamed of the day when every delivery worker and rider in the city could work without fear, with the respect they deserved. One day, the city held a special event honoring all the people who took part in improving road safety and community kindness. Mia was invited as a guest of honor, and she spoke with a heart full of gratitude and hope. She thanked everyone for standing by each other and working together to make the city a safer place. Mia reminded them that true change comes from small acts of courage spread across many hearts. As the sun set behind the city skyline, Mia stood among friends and supporters, feeling proud and hopeful. She knew her journey was just one of many, and that others would continue the work she had begun. The future was bright, because people like her had shown that even one person's bravery and kindness could inspire an entire city. Mia's story became a legacy of hope and courage, a reminder that no matter the challenges, standing up for what is right can change the world.